King Charles cancels upcoming public appearance after reportedly pausing cancer treatment. King Charles III will no longer attend the upcoming COP29 climate conference in Azerbaijan. Buckingham Palace confirmed on Wednesday, October 9, that Charles, 75, will no longer attend the meeting held in Baku, Azerbaijan, on November 11, according to Hello magazine. He previously attended last year's summit in Dubai. Charles and his wife, Queen Camilla, are also slated to embark on an autumn tour of Australia and Samoa later this month. According to an official press release, the King and Queen will travel around the countries from October 18 to October 26. This will include a royal visit to Australia, state visit to the Independent State of Samoa and attendance at the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, CHOGM, 2024, the statement, released last month, reads. The King's visit to Australia will be His Majesty's first to a realm as monarch, whilst the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in Samoa is the first the King will attend as head of the Commonwealth. Hello viewers, please remember to subscribe and click on the notifications bell icon, so you will be notified whenever we upload new cookies about the British royal family. The message adds, in both countries, Their Majesties' engagements will focus on themes designed to celebrate the best of Australia and Samoa, as well as reflecting aspects of the King and Queen's work. Charles announced in February that he was diagnosed with an undisclosed form of cancer. It was reported earlier this month that he's since halted treatment. According to royal expert Rebecca English via the Daily Mail, Charles' doctors were reportedly happy to briefly pause treatment for the duration of his visit to Australia and Samoa. After taking a few months off from official duties, Charles returned to work full-time in April. His Majesty's medical team are very encouraged by the progress made so far and remain positive about the King's continued recovery, Buckingham Palace said in a statement at the time. Forthcoming engagements will be adapted where necessary to minimize any risks to His Majesty's continued recovery. The statement concluded, the pacing of the King's program will be carefully calibrated as his recovery continues, in close consultation with his medical team. Since Charles resumed his public appearances, he's maintained that he is in good spirits amid his cancer treatment. I'm not too bad, Charles told locals in Southport, England, in August, months after Camilla, 76, joked that the monarch won't slow down. Charles is not the only royal battling cancer. His daughter-in-law Princess Kate Middleton, who is married to Charles' eldest son, Prince William, announced her own undisclosed cancer diagnosis in March. She completed a round of chemotherapy in September, recently resuming public-facing duties. King Charles' very unexpected competitive hobby he shares with wife Queen Camilla. King Charles and Queen Camilla may be very happily married, but there is one hobby they share that they are deeply competitive about, according to Camilla's son, Tom Parker Bowles. The revelation was made in Tom's new cookbook, Cooking and the Crown, which explores royal-inspired recipes from Queen Victoria to King Charles. During the introduction of his fresh pappardelle with porcini mushrooms recipe, Tom revealed that Charles and Camilla are deeply competitive about their mushroom hauls, a hobby Charles has enjoyed for years. Tom penned, wild mushrooms are somewhat of an obsession, with Charles III and Queen Camilla deeply competitive about their hauls. The author previously gushed about King Charles' environmentally friendly approach to food, explaining, His Majesty the King is a true food hero. There is nothing he doesn't know about rare breeds of cattle, heritage varieties of plum and apple, the joys of mutton and wild mushrooms, and the oozing allure of a stinky cheese. Every monarch has had their own tastes and preferences, and the King's interest in sustainable, regenerative farming is well known, and was way ahead of its time. His advice is invaluable, his knowledge profound. Food critic Tom, who was raised by the now Queen and her ex-husband Andrew Parker Bowles, recently revealed that Camilla enforced a rather strict diet growing up. We grew up eating locally, seasonally and organically, where before they became the overused buzzwords they are today. My mother shopped at the butcher, fishmonger, bakery, and greengrocer, he explained in an interview with You magazine. Despite enjoying some processed foods, Tom admitted they were kept to a minimum in his household. But his mother, whom he praised as a good cook, limited what they were allowed. But when Sainsbury's opened in Chippenham at the start of the 80s, it was like that moment in The Wizard of Oz where it moves from monochrome to technicolor. He added, ice magic, bird's eye chicken pies, butterscotch angel delight, and huge variety packs of Monster Munch. We wanted it all, although my mother was fairly strict about what we were allowed. King Charles, set to ban historic word during upcoming royal tour. King Charles is set to ban a historic word during his upcoming royal tour with Queen Camilla, it has been claimed. The term walkabout will not be used on the King and Queen's tour of Australia and Samoa out of respect for Australia's indigenous communities. The phrase, coined by Queen Elizabeth II 54 years ago, is set to be replaced with opportunity to meet the public, out of respect for the customs and traditions of Aboriginal communities. The term has come to mean a member of the royal family meeting, and greeting well-wishers. However, it is used in Aboriginal culture when a person travels on foot into the bush in times of ritual, meditation, change, grief or coming of age. Therefore, the phrase will not be used by Buckingham Palace during the October trip, the first long-haul tour undertaken by the King since his diagnosis with cancer, according to reports in The Telegraph. This tour is understood to be the first trip where the term has been deliberately avoided. It will be Charles's first return to Australia and Samoa as King and the head of the Commonwealth. The tour has been adapted in line with doctors' advice, Buckingham Palace has confirmed. The 9-day visit will factor in some rest periods after the long-haul travel, and will not include any evening engagements in Australia. The King, who is receiving treatment for cancer at the age of 75, will undertake several engagements relating to the disease. Meanwhile, Queen Camilla, 77, will attend events for her key causes of preventing violence against women, and promoting literacy. Engagements will focus on acknowledging and honoring Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island culture and traditions. The King and Queen will attend a community barbecue, a staple of Australian culture, in Western Sydney, as well as learn about bushfire prevention and native plants. The tour was originally intended to include New Zealand, however, it was scaled back on medical advice. A Buckingham Palace spokesman said, "We've had to, as you would with any visit, think about how you can ensure Their Majesty's energies are preserved to be at their best." There had been some hope earlier in the year for Their Majesties to be able to visit New Zealand. Thanks for watching, please don't forget to like this video and drop comments, and most importantly don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything.